working, Cav's doing wheelies. We're working on the MTS7 and we've just seen this 999 pop up for 5 grand. It's missing the fairings, but we are rushing now. We're gonna go get the cash out and go check it out now. Let's go. He's celebrating. We haven't got it yet. There's nothing to celebrate. So we jumped in the TT, went and got a bunch of cash out on multiple cards because of the ATM limits, and we headed over to the guy's house. As you can see, he lived up in the hills, pretty rural property, had to drive over this gravel in the TT. We had a good look over the bike. It was pretty much as advertised, little rough here and there. As you can see, the fork seals are leaking, and also the tires were a little low on tread. He was a solid bloke though, helped us start it up. It did take a little while and a couple cranks. As you can hear, the 999 roared to life with that dry clutch sound and the exhaust note. After letting the bike warm up for a couple minutes, Cav took it for a spin along this gravel driveway and up and down the main road. I could hear him ripping it from far away, but we knew the bike ran well. Now the bike was up for 5 grand. I asked the guy if he was negotiable and he said, "What are you offering?" I said 4.5. He said yes straight away, so we had a deal and we got the bike home. This thing is so loud, like it's insane. Sounds good though. The dry clutch as well.
Alright, we've got the bike back home. It was quite a nice ride. Mechanically, everything was perfect. Maybe the front brakes could do with a bit of bleeding, but otherwise the clutch is quite strong. I was getting a bit of arm pump just from holding the clutch out the lights. Engine is brilliant, very torquey. It's also it's quite smooth at the same time. It's easy to ride. We had a look at the oil, it's still quite fresh. I think the guy that we bought it off hadn't even done 1,000 Ks on the bike. We've got some nice carbon fiber bits. We've got the front fender and the rear fender, genuine carbon as well. We'll have to clean it up and then it'll turn out really nice. We've also got the Red Bull shock.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this, but there's a Red Bull shock there. Got the exhaust. He said that when he bought it, it had Termignoni or whatever, however you say it, stickers or emblems on there, and then he said he just pulled them off because he wasn't sure if it's legit Termignoni. So for the price, can't complain. I mean, the cheapest one in Australia is 13.5 grand, and the next cheapest is 16 grand. So, and they've both got the same amount of kilometers as this one. So after it's fixed up, you know, it's going to be a nice budget find. So the plan is we're going to order some fairings in for it, off AliExpress of course, just because genuine ones are way too pricey now.
Alright, we managed to find a couple genuine headlight assemblies on eBay, so we'll order one of them.
And then we'll probably, instead of repainting this tank, it might be a little bit of work to get it looking decent. I think we'll just purchase another one. Saw a few for $600 to $800 sort of range on eBay and some other wrecker sites. Fork seals are leaky, so we'll get that sorted soon. There's a little crack in the dash. He said sometimes there's some wiring issues where this doesn't light up occasionally or something. And then the other thing is, this is the only key we have, which is the red key. He said sometimes you got to do something where you flick it off and then back on or something, otherwise it won't start. But not a big issue. We'll see if we can get another key made possibly. And I haven't even sat on my own bike yet, so damn.
It is quite comfy. It is slightly aggressive while you're riding.
Oh, the riding position's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's manageable for sure.
Yeah. There we go. Clutch is nice and loud. Woo. Alright, so there's a long list of stuff obviously that needs fixing on the Ducati, but first of all, we're gonna swap out these gross grips. Because these, anytime I move the bike, my hands get filthy, so we got some new, fully legit domino grips off Ali, so we'll chuck those on first of all. Alright, finally done, so it took over an hour I think, which is embarrassing, but these bar ends were shoved in there, they'd been ground down and literally just smashed in. So I ended up just smashing those out. Got the grips on, had to cut them back a little bit just because this overhang made them a little bit too wide with the bar ends on. And then on this side, I cut this end and also this end because otherwise it interferes with the throttle a little bit. Not the cleanest cut as you can see, but you know, it's good enough. So I want to mount these indicators on the side, and we've also got some different indicators because these are just little knobs. And I want to move this whole plate higher because there's a bit of a gap here between the plate light and the plate. So I want to move this whole thing up, move the indicators to the side so we can clear out all this room. And it should look a little bit cleaner and won't be as long. Alright, so we got the whole tail piece off and the seat. So this is the wiring currently. We've disconnected the battery so nothing sparks here or anything. But these are such low quality, these indicators. Look how thin these wires are. Not even a millimeter. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, I mean, we use Ali parts, but this is like next level. So, I mean, this is probably what Chinese, like, cheap parts were 10 years ago. That's probably why. Everything, there's no solder or anything. These are literally a twist. Some of them are not even twisted. They're just hooked, like the one Cav just pulled apart. Yeah, literally twisted together and then taped and prayed for. That's it. We've given up trying to trace stuff back, so we're literally just going to snip everything and then we'll use a multimeter and figure out which cable's for what because it's just too much effort. So we got this little bit of sheet metal, we're just cutting it to size and then we're going to rig something up. Now, after making some questionable safety decisions, including Cav holding this piece of metal while I angle grind it probably a centimeter away from his fingers, we decided that our initial plan actually wouldn't work. Alright, so after many hours of rigging this up and modifying this thing that was already on there, we sort of mounted this here and then realized because there's a bolt on the back that it interferes and I can't even sit, and we don't really want to drill this. Yeah, we don't really know what to do now. So we might have to scrap this whole idea and rig up our own piece, or this has been drilled so much that we can't even make like two side by side to just mount this directly or something. Because I mean, kind of can there. Could just do that. Should we just send it?
You just drill through there?
Is that aluminium? Yeah, that feels soft. Just drill that in directly, and then we can even put it on the back.
Yeah, we can give it a go.
You want to do that?
Yeah, at least hopefully something will work.
Alright, so we just sent it and end up drilling this. It's pretty solid actually. Plate will go here. Alright, so we've got our new smaller plate. As you can see, that the indicators line up really well. But today I think we do want to move these up slightly higher so we can move it one sort of hinge higher. And then we've got a brake light off Ali, of course, to mount up today, just so it's a bit more legit looking than the LED strips that were on there before. And then we're also going to try to fix the side stand up because as you've seen, the bike leans a shit ton. That's why we got that wooden block there. So we will sort that out. Alright, so tail is done and we've also moved the indicators up, which was actually quite a lot of work due to how it's set up. They look fairly straight. And the brake light is on. Let's get some ASMR quickly. Oh, crispy.
Alright, we'll have a look, yeah?
Yep, let's have a gaze. Yeah, nice. Looks a bit yellow on camera, but it's red.
Yeah, the indicators.
Indicator's working, left
Flashing
one,
nice.
sweet. Right one, boom. Plate light's
flash.
working, obviously. And we've got our brake light too, sweet. Perfect, so that's the rear end sorted for now. Alright, we've got little valve stem caps. The rear tire doesn't have any, so chuck those on. So for the side stand fix on these 999s, all you have to do is drill a hole, tap it, and then put a bolt through. So I used an M6 with a Phillips head. Alright, side stand is fixed. As you can see, the lean is a lot better now. It's still a little bit steeper than some other bikes. I think the Speed Triple is not as leaned, but it's a lot better. It is a good angle now. Nice and safe, won't tip over. So thanks for watching, guys. This was a nice little impromptu find today, all thanks to Marketplace. Make sure to like and subscribe to keep up to date with the journey, and we'll see you in the next one.